Global Banking and Finance Review Awards highlight the innovation, achievement, strategy, progressive and inspirational changes taking place within the global financial community. The awards were created to recognize companies of all sizes who've excelled in particular areas of expertise and excellence within the global financial community. This time, we're pleased to offer the International Bank of Qatar, or IBQ, no less than 4 awards. IBQ is one of the first financial institutions in the country and played a major role in the economic growth of Qatar. IBQ was founded on the 1st of November 1956 as the Ottoman Bank. It was one of the first banks in Qatar to offer personal banking services to Qatari families. The bank was renamed IBQ in 2004 and then rebranded in 2008. The visual identity was inspired by the shafala flower, which grows in Qatar's desert. In more than half a century, IBQ successfully managed to keep and nurture its own DNA that is at the very core of the brand, building strong and long-lasting relationships with each and every one of the bank's customers over the generations. IBQ is making banking more personal and living up to its promise on a daily basis. Global Banking and Finance Review is awarding IBQ Best Corporate Relationship Banking Qatar 2018, Best Customer-Centric Banking Brand Qatar 2018, Best Customer Service Bank Qatar 2018, and Best Private Bank Qatar 2018. Mr. Chaouki Daher, General Manager and Head of Private Banking, visited the London Stock Exchange studios to receive the awards from GBAF's Gabriella Drungalati, and then told me more about the IBQ success story. Well, welcome to London. Thank you so much for coming here, and indeed congratulations on the awards from Global Banking and Finance Review.
Thank you very much. We are very happy to receive and be recognized by such a prestigious organization, and we thank you for the recognition as well.
Well, let's talk to you more about the International Bank of Qatar. And indeed, you've been in business offering personal banking services for 61 years now, amazing achievement. What do you think has allowed the organisation to stay ahead and stay competitive and also continue to grow?
In my opinion, all banks can provide the same solutions, the same products, but not all banks maybe can give the same level of service. And this is where IBQ stands out from all other banks in Qatar and in the region. 6 decades, a history of 6 decades in banking. We were one of the first banks that started operation in the state of Qatar. Those years had helped us build excellent relationships with the most influential families in the country. We were able to gain their trust. Okay, so when we did that, they became loyal to us, and this is what basically gave us our legacy, and this is what helped us stay for 60 years, growing year after year. So it's basically history, it's people, it's the product and the solutions that we were able to give to those families.
Well, you mentioned history, but let's come up to date. What would you say the current trends are at the moment in your country regarding personal banking?
Banks in Qatar, and not just in Qatar, all over the world, are facing a lot of challenges. And this gave rise to new trends. Today, you have technological challenges and how it turned the way banks do their work upside down. You have the competition and the increased competition, the thin margins. This has actually put pressure on banks to change the way they do business. Today, you just press one button and you have a tremendous amount of information in front of you. And not just us as banks, also the customers. They have access to all this information. So the level of sophistication that the customer has today has put pressure on banks like us, on private banks and wealth management, to come up with more innovative, more sophisticated solutions that and it wasn't necessarily in the past as required as it is today. In Qatar, for example, also we noticed that there is a demand from the women customer, the high net worth and ultra high net worth women customers. That's increasing. They're looking for solutions. They're looking to invest their money. So what we have done is we are holding workshops, okay, where we bring specialists, okay, to basically give training in certain areas of investment. So this section of the market can actually have or make the right choices when they are investing, whether locally or internationally. Yeah.
Just to underline what you're saying there, is it true that then more and more customers are now interested in actually investing rather than just using the bank to buy properties and material?
Absolutely. Today, and what we have noticed, for example, if you would go to a customer or to an investor 10 years ago and tell them we have some opportunities outside the borders, they would probably laugh at us, because the returns that they can make, that they used to make locally from investing straightforward in the stock market or in real estate, was not less than 20 and 30%. So when you come to them with a solution that gives them 4 and 5%, it's not going to be too attractive. But today this has changed. So today we are seeing more interest in the international market and more interest in diversification. So this is also a trend that we have seen lately, and we're trying to capitalize on.
Interesting. And you have, I know, as a special platform, the wealth management platform. Tell me what the benefits are for your customers there.
Our platform has the full range of what we call the suite products. So we are able today to create portfolios for our clients that are very well diversified in all asset classes. In addition, we give access to our clients to the international market through the strategic alliances that we have made with the various investment providers and product providers in selected countries all around the world, like in the US or in the UK or in France or in Switzerland. So we can give them this kind of access from Doha, so locally. We also have experts in the private bank. Our relationship managers are expert in providing the level of service, and the knowledge to be able to present and put in front of customers the right solutions that matches their risk profile. And our relationship managers are basically available 24/7 to give that.
To assist you.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
And taking it a stage further, with your relationship managers, how do they deal with multi-generational situations? Because obviously we're looking at quite a wide sphere of people from elderly to young.
Yeah, we are a 60-year-old bank, as I have explained before. So we have dealt with 3 to 4 generations, and we are expert in that. Our customer have been banking with us for 30, 40 years. So we have dealt with the grandfather, and we have also serviced the father, and we are now serving the son. It's common in the private bank, in IBQ private bank, where you'd see the father having a meeting with his relationship manager, discussing some business, and on the way out he'd see his son coming in to see his relationship manager or his brother. So this history made us actually really experts in this, where we know what these customers want. We know them well. We know their culture. We know their appetite. We have enough expertise to basically put in front of our customers some solutions that would optimize their wealth and preserve it as well, and then transfer it to the next generation. We have noticed that all families do not have necessarily the same aspirations and the same goals, but for sure they all want to transfer this legacy to their children, and we have enough expertise to help them with that. Yeah.
And you, in fact, we both discussed technology and the fact that it's such a vital part of banking in this present day. How would you say your customers' behavior has changed with the development of all kinds of new technologies?
As I mentioned before, today you press one button and you have all this information available. So this has made the expertise of the client better, and they're looking now for different products, different solutions. And for us in IBQ, in the private bank, we made sure that we are up to date in terms of systems, in terms of knowledge. But what I don't think changed is in our business and wealth management is the human factor. For sure, in wealth management now, in terms of products, this has changed a lot with the new technologies. But what didn't change is the human factor, where you sit with a client and have a chat with them and talk to them and ask them questions and make sure you listen to them and you understand their aspirations and their goal. So I don't think technology is going to change this human factor. And I said this also before, where I don't see it where a high net worth client or an ultra high net worth client discussing his future plans and his family and his goals with a robot. I just don't see it.
So the personal touch is very, very important still.
It's very important, and it's still there. And technology didn't necessarily affect it directly.
So the personal touch, of course, is very, very important. What about your strategy for the year ahead, forthcoming plans? Tell us a bit more about that.
Our strategy next year is not going to be different than last year. We just published recently our results from 2017, and our net profit was double digits. So we made 11% net profit. And this is going to continue going forward. So we're going to manage growth, and we're going to keep it sustainable. And we're going to keep on delivering the same unparalleled service that we are known for in Qatar.
Well, obviously a lot to consider, and congratulations on no less than 4 awards from Global Banking and Finance Review. Thank you so much for coming to London and talking to us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.